Hey everybody, it's Eric from GameShampoo.com, and I have this giant 3DS game with me today. This is Shin Megami Tensei IV, exclusively on the 3DS, and this is I don't know if they're calling it like a special edition or whatever, but basically it's the launch edition of the game. So if you look at the little cross section that they've kind of carved out for you on the side, see it's got like the game in it, and then it has this big strategy and design book from, I think it's from Prima, and there's like a soundtrack CD and a bunch of other good stuff in here too. Kind of like typical Atlas fare of rewarding people who buy the game early with just like a bunch of soundtracks and art books and that kind of stuff. Saw like a similar kind of thing with Project Crossstone and how that came with an art booklet, but this is obviously way more extensive than that. They're really blowing this whole thing out, and the book is, I think it says on the back, 176 pages long, and full soundtrack, and obviously this massive role-playing game as well. So this comes out today. It is Tuesday, July 16th. Just in time for Comic-Con, given all the hours I'm probably going to be spending in line and on light rail going around San Diego and all that stuff. So good that this is out now, and we'll see how it is. And I've heard it's super long, so plenty of content here. Standard Shin Megami Tensei sort of thing. And I believe the first in the series on the 3DS, so I'm going to just, there we go, get this open so we can take a look at it, because I've been curious about this ever since it arrived earlier this morning, being, like a 3DS game that is the size of like a huge PC box, basically. So the back, I immediately noticed, peels down and off. So let's get that off of there. So this is the back as I saw it, and basically it's just a description of the game, what's in the box, whatever. As the protectors of the Eastern Kingdom of Mikado, the secret order of the Samurai is tasked with defending the kingdom from a growing army of demons. The fulfillment of this duty will take them outside of the kingdom and into Tokyo, and bring to light several factions with competing designs on the outcome of the world. Dramatic, heavy stuff, as it pretty much always is in Shin Megami Tensei. I've actually heard that this story is less of a focus in this game, and they kind of focus more on the battling. So let's just read all this stuff off really quickly. Decisions players make throughout the course of the story will have lasting repercussions. More than 400 demons to recruit, collect, and fuse together. That's always kind of the best part of these games, right? Is fusing new creatures together. Use the press-turn system to exploit your opponent's weaknesses and crush them in combat. So if you're just going by the bullet points here, this sounds like the same thing that Shin Megami Tensei has been doing for the last couple decades now at this point. Maybe not that long, but this series has been going pretty strong for a while. Persona 2 came out PS1 like late 90s, I think, so it's been going for like a solid decade plus in America, and it's been since, I think, Super Nintendo, since Shin Megami Tensei started up, and battle system has remained pretty much the same, very, very minor alterations between some iterations of the game and others, but that pretty much sounds like the same business as usual for Shin Megami Tensei. So we get in this limited edition box set a 176-page full-color strategy and design book by renowned guide publisher Prima Games, which includes the official starter strategy guide, as well as pages of concept and in-game artwork. So right here, ta-da! This is really thick and feels quite nice. Take a look at this in just a second. Next up, the Shin Megami Tensei Music Collection CD, offering a collection of tracks specially selected from across the 20-plus year history of the SMT series. So, looks like we've got 8 tracks on here total. Prelude 1, Prelude 2, Prelude 3, Hallucination 1, Hallucination 2, Overture, SDDS 4, and Reincarnation. And we'll pop in for a closer look at the actual CD. Ooh, if it doesn't jump off my bed, kill itself first. And then the game, lest we forget. Let's toss that over there. A collectible slipcase featuring designs by character artist Masayuki Doi. So that's that. And again, everybody who gets this game early, everybody who pre-ordered should definitely get the limited edition of this game. So let's come in and take a closer look. So first up is the game itself. This package feels pretty light, so I don't expect to see a ton of stuff in here. Zoom in and note that it supports the Nintendo Network, so I guess I don't know if it's multiplayer, if you can do like battles with other people or what, but I expect to see some sort of, DLC or something along those lines. There we go. So there is the game cart, and there's a little Club Nintendo thing in here, and that's all that's in this entire package. Let's open that up, and just the usual Club Nintendo stuff. So note that if you register this game and Fire Emblem Awakening with Nintendo Direct or with your Club Nintendo account, I guess Nintendo Direct is something completely different. So if you register this game and Fire Emblem with Club Nintendo, you will get, I think, like a $30 eShop credit or something like that. They'll give you like a $30 credit somehow, so that's my thing. I don't use Club Nintendo. And then the back of the box is the same as the back of the larger box. Let's just zoom in and get some of the screenshots in case you wanted to see any of that stuff. And then obviously, being Shin Megami Tensei, it's rated mature for blood, language, partial nudity, sexual themes, and violence. Next up, we've got the soundtrack CD. So let's just pop this open just to see what it looks like, if it'll come all the way out. There. So there it is, the official soundtrack CD of Shin Megami Tensei IV. Put that one aside, and now for the biggest bonus in the box, this giant strategy and design book. Open it up and take a brief look at what's going on inside. Looks like we've got some character art to start things off. Getting into some environmental stuff. Various dungeons, it looks like. And liner notes. And then we've got a table of contents proper, so it looks like this will probably start off the guide portion. Got exploration skills, equipment alignment, quests, regions, and appendices. So it looks like they've got a little bit of fusion stuff in here too, but yeah, it looks like the rest of this is dealing with game mechanics and specific strategy for maybe certain parts of the story. Got maps in here for the dungeons, little keys. Looks like it could be quite helpful if you're the type to use guides or, really I think what this is probably intended for is people who haven't played Shin Megami Tensei before, or people who haven't played it in a really long time. So they just kind of need a refresher on the mechanics, and they need, you know, a little guide, or maybe like a massive, huge guide that comes along with the game to kind of help them out through some of the early going. I know, jumping into the Persona series, and then by extension Shin Megami Tensei, I certainly could have used that the first time I played. So this looks like it'll be super helpful if you're considering not picking up the game because maybe it's a little intimidating or something, as some of these games kind of tend to be. This looks like it should be more than enough to get you through that early going. So that's Shin Megami Tensei IV, exclusively on the Nintendo 3DS, and a huge art book and guide and soundtrack CD that come along with it. Stay tuned. We're going to be going to Comic-Con tomorrow, so that means lots more videos and lots of articles up on GameShampoo.com/magazine. So be sure to check it out. Stick around for more. Thanks for watching.